the Army Parachute School, which is in Netheravon. And it looks like now they're just turning in now to do their final run. And because of the wind conditions at the moment, which I've...
My grandfather flanked Sub-Lieutenant F.D.H. Bunny Bremner during the First World War, 100 years ago. David had that aircraft at Lark Hill yesterday. Sweet close of the show, bringing the proceedings to a finish at about 4:25. Taking to the runway in preparation for their display, and it's my pleasure to hand over to Squadron Leader Mike Ling.
Well, thank you very much, Ben. A very good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Squadron Leader Mike Ling, and I am Red 10. I'm the supervisor with the Royal Air Force Aerobatic team, the Red Arrows. They're just taxiing out now in front of you, heading down to the threshold of runway 27, getting ready to take off from your left to right in just a couple of minutes' time. So we just performed a formal start-up. You can see they've left my jet, the 10th jet there, the spare aircraft. They've been moving that by hand around the pan, ready for when the pilots finish the display and they taxi back in. So you can see our team of engineers, our Circus engineers. I'll cover more of that shortly. Just sorting out that aircraft down on the pan towards the Rafale and F-16 aircraft. Taxiing out in the order 1 to 9. They'll soon go into single file and turn through 180 degrees to get ready for the takeoff. It's actually the first time we've been able to perform a display takeoff in front of a crowd. So far this season, all of our displays have been away from airfields, or airfields that have runways long enough for us to take off. So we've been working from other air bases and transiting to the show. So it's a treat today to actually perform the takeoff in front of the crowd here at Yeovilton. Getting ready to perform a display takeoff coming in from your left once they've turned around on the runway. You'll see reds 1, 2 and 3 at the front, reds 4 and 5 will be 750 feet behind them, and at the very back of the runway will be reds 6, 7, 8 and 9. Having finished last year's display season, then embarked on a huge tour across the Middle East and into the Asia Pacific, where for the first time the team performed in China. In fact, the first time a military fast jet from the UK had been in China. So we travelled 22,000 miles on a round trip, which was displaying and promoting British prosperity, British industry, and also the Royal Air Force and the UK Ministry of Defence. It took 22 refuelling stops to get 12 aircraft all the way to China. And in fact, we then performed in 19 countries as part of this tour, lasting 9 weeks. And during that time, we've had it confirmed by the Foreign and Commonwealth Office that we did in fact perform, whether live or online or on television, to over 1 billion people. So really flying the flag for the great campaign, British prosperity, British industry. Here we go, getting ready now. Reds 1, 2 and 3 at the front, 4 and 5 will be behind them, and 6 to 9 at the back. They stop with 750 feet spacing in between elements. Good there, 4, 5. So 4 and 5 stop at their 750 foot point in front of red 6 to 9. That's good there, boss. We're all right. 6, 5, you're ready. 2, 5. 5. Let's go. Go. The brakes are off. We actually use a temperature setting in the cockpit to ensure that the aircraft are getting the correct amount of thrust. So Reds 1, 2 and 3 will set a temperature in the circus engineers and ground crew will actually fly around 100 hours during their season. It's a very sought after position in the team, and we're very proud of what the work the circus carry out. That's them moving that jet across the pan now, and they'll get ready to enjoy watching the display, which will start very shortly from behind you. Formation measures 1,000 feet wide. Get your cameras ready, please, ladies and gentlemen. Get the vocal cords warmed up. Let's have a huge round of applause as we welcome the Royal Air Force Aerobatic team for 2017. It's the Red Arrows! Pulling up at 4G, or 4 times the force of gravity, Red 1 now calls the pilots into 9 arrow formation. The jets now collapse to around 6 feet away from each other as they reach 6,000 feet or a mile above us in the sky and slow down to about 150 miles per hour. They're now in 9 arrow, the smoke's about to come off as they've just twisted very slightly to the right. And at the front of the formation is Red 1. He is squadron leader David Montenegro. It's his 3rd and final year as the team leader. He's a former Hawk instructor and Tornado F3 air defense pilot. He first joined the team back in 2009. He left in 2011 having led the Synchro pair, and then he moved on to instruct on the Tucano aircraft, teaching basic fast jet training. And that's him at the front, calling the boys into Phoenix formation. On the leader's right wing is the first of our new pilots this year. He is Red 2, Flight Lieutenant Toby Keely. Toby is a former Tornado GR4 pilot. He then moved on to instruct on the Royal Air Force's newest training aircraft, the new version of this jet, the Hawk T Mark II. In fact, if you saw the Hawk T2 roll demo in 2015, Toby was the wingman for that roll demo. To the right now, their 60th anniversary this year. And to the right, the Spitfire roll. Upside down, 2,500 feet, 400 miles per hour. The shape of the aircraft very visible there against this grey backdrop of the high level cloud. Reds 1, 4 and 5 smoking as they finish the Spitfire roll to your front left. On the leader's left wing is the next of our new pilots. He is Red 3, flight left. The white smoke comes on. They're rolling out to your left-hand side.
8, 9, roll.
Reds 8 and 9 with the blue and red smoke starting to roll around the rest of the formation. Cameras ready?
Coming left now.
Coming left, the coloured smoke changes. Red 1 making it very difficult there for 8 and 9 as he enters a 3G left-hand turn, so they finish their rolls. The next move now takes place. You'll see 2, 3, 4 and 5 move to the very back of the formation, being Red 7, as Reds 8 and 9 tuck in behind to form the shape of that fabulous feat of British aviation engineering excellence. White smoke's about to come on in this left-hand turn as we present Concorde. Bottom of the formation there as we look at it is Red 5. All 9 smokes on, looking great against this cloud with a beautiful light for your photographs, and there's the silhouette of that Diamond 9 shape. And as we finish this manoeuvre, that signifies the end of the first part of the Red Arrows display, where so far you've seen all 9 jets together performing close formation aerobatics. Well, now we're going to change the tempo of the display as we split into smaller formations of between 2 and 7 jets for some much more dynamic manoeuvring. Jippo was the nickname of the gentleman who first led the back 4 aircraft when the Red Arrows started flying 9-ship displays in 1968. So now, cameras ready. This is the detonator! Keep your eyes on Jippo. From blue to white right on the right-hand side is Red 6, the leader of our synchro pair. He is Flight Lieutenant Tom Bold. Tom's in his third and final year as a Red Arrows pilot. He's a former Tucano instructor and Tucano display pilot, and operationally Tom flew on the front line in the Typhoon, securing the skies of the UK and the Falkland Islands. So that's Tom on the right with the smoke on. Looking left with the smoke is Red 70 miles per hour. Ready for the Jippo pass. Turn, says Red 6. The pilots put full power on the aircraft, pulling 6G. That's 6 times the force of gravity, so everything in their bodies weighs 6 times more than normal, including their blood, which wants to go to their feet instead of their brains. They don't want to pass out. They're working hard to fly the Cyclone. Once again, Synchro will cross at the front in a manoeuvre we call the Slingshot. So they'll cross there. But now bring your eyes to the right-hand side. Right-hand side for Enid. Left-hand side, here comes a lone jet. This is Red 9. Enid, go for coloured smoke. Red 9 is going to fly through in the Goose.
Coming right now.
Brilliant. So can you imagine the gloating this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, after the Lions drew the series this morning? So he's very disappointed with the result. We are not. We're having a great time winding him up about it. So if you see Red 9 later on, please do have a laugh at his expense. Straight ahead now, looking for the Synchro pair.
Coming up.
500 miles an hour and 5 times the force of gravity. To draw their heart in the skies above Yeovilton. Keep your eyes to the top right of the heart. Rolling out is Red 8. He's going to be the team's Cupid as he puts his red smoke on to draw the spear through the heart. Red 8 is Flight Lieutenant Mike Bowden. Mike is a former Hawk instructor, Harrier GR9 pilot and Tornado GR4 pilot.
Coming left now.
As Red 1 enters a left-hand turn, the following pilots use their feet to input a lot of rudder, swinging the jets out like a pendulum in line astern. Put simply, in most of our shapes, the odd-numbered pilots fly on the left, the even-numbered pilots fly on the right. But in this shape, it's the other way round. Reds 2 and 4 are now on the left, Reds 3 and 5 are on the right. But they want to switch back to their normal side, so they're going to do it like this in the slalom. Now in their normal positions, Reds 2 and 4 on the right, Reds 3 and 5 on the left. In battle, battles around 20 feet apart between nose and wingtip. So around 7 meters as they put their red smoke on in a 3G left-hand turn. Red 1 calls tightening, just squeezing the G a little bit more to make the crowd line, the 230-meter display line. In battle. Now switching back to white smoke, that's Enid finishing the slalom. Jippo roll go for the Hurricane. Enid pitching up to around 25 degrees nose up, then inputting a left-hand roll to draw 2 rolls in the sky, a red, white and blue snake-like shape, which we call the Python.
Tight. Now, tight.
Two, 3, 4 and 5 switch to white smoke. Red 1 starting to use red smoke in this second roll. On the far right of that shape is Red 4. He's Flight Lieutenant Matt Masters. He's a second-year pilot in the team, a former Tucano instructor and Tornado F3 air defense pilot. Now look straight ahead for Jippo. This is the Jippo break.
Go!
Changing from blue to white is Red 7. He is Synchro number 2, Flight Lieutenant Cy Taylor. Cy is in his second year in the team. He's a former Tornado GR4 pilot, and then he moved across to the Typhoon Force, where eventually he became a Typhoon flying instructor, teaching new Typhoon pilots how to fly that aircraft. So that's Cy, red 7 on the left, red 6 on the right, back to 100 feet now to fly the double rolls. Pitching up 4 power, 20 degrees nose up, inverted, then back down to 100 feet. By the rollbacks.
Go!
Reds 4 and 5 with the red smoke finishing their second rollback with a very neat set of synchron speed of 800 miles per hour. Here they come for the carousel. Pulling 6G, remember they're working hard, they're tightening their leg muscles against their inflating G trousers. They're going to cross 3 times, switching from red to blue smoke and vice versa around the back of this manoeuvre. Round the front they'll switch to white smoke. Now everybody here at Yeovilton, please put your hands together for the Synchro Pair! One rolling, says red 1. He puts his red smoke on, pitches up now to draw the mathematical symbol for infinity around the rest of the formation. This is the infinity break. You've been watching the Royal Air Force Aerobatic team, the Red Arrows! There we go, little blip of smoke. Oh! On the left-hand side of the runway is red 5. That was Flight Lieutenant Chris Lyndon Smith, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Touching down now, here's the leader of JIPO, leader of the Synchro Pair, Flight Lieutenant Tom Bold. Number 2, Flight Lieutenant Cy Taylor. Another blip of smoke so that Reds 8 and 9 can see what's happening. Red 1 is busy concentrating on the display flying. This is Red 8, Flight Lieutenant Mike Bowden. And last but Flight Lieutenant Emmett Cox. I knew he'd get the biggest cheer. Well done, everybody. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. They'll come to a stop at the end of the runway. They'll taxi you.